Hello and welcome back to my channel, or welcome on in. Hi, my name is Magic Bun Bun, and as you can tell by the title of today's video, this is a pick a card style reading for the month of December. What energy is heading our way, what energy we need to release, we need to surrender, it needs stagnant, it needs to be pushed out, and what are we cultivating back in? What is going on, right? So we're going to touch base with that. We're going to touch base on what's heading our way, the theme of everything, and what is blocking us, that sort of stuff. Okay, we're going to use tarot, oracle, all the fun stuff. How I'm going to start for this part right here, the introductory part. Now, if you already know, you want to go by numbers, you don't want to go by the card, you can pick 1, 2, or 3, then go right down to the description box and click the link to fast forward to your part of the reading, right? If you want to see what the cards are, just the backs of them. You won't know until you click to your reading what, the cards are. But if you would like just to kind of get the energy, the feel of seeing like the 3 cards picked out, we can do that too. I am going to shuffle them right now. I'm shuffling them right here. And let's find out the theme for each of these piles. Well, I'll know the theme because I'll see them, but you won't know until you click 1, 2, or 3. Card 1 already came flying out of the deck. Okay. Card 2, all right. And then card 3 followed closely behind that one. All right. We have here, this is card number 1. If you're feeling drawn to this card, or you want to wait to see the other 2, just give a moment. If you're feeling drawn to card number 1, remember, take a deep breath. Don't force it. You can see the other options. Don't worry. Card number 1 is there. Card number 2, making sure you can see it. Card number 2. Card number 2. And then card number 3. Trying to make sure I hold this up. 1, 2, and 3. I think that might be opposite. 1. Well, that one stays in the middle no matter what. Okay. So again, card number 1, card number 2, and card number 3. All right. Don't stress out. Just go with the flow. Pick what resonates, and do remember this is still a general reading. If you want something more personalized, something that's more appropriate to your specific energy, you can actually book a reading with me through my Ko-fi. You go to Magic Bun Bun, you click on the tab that says readings, or you do here / commissions, and it will take you. There's also a link in my in the description box. Actually, anywhere you can find like my bio and stuff like that, you will be able to find a link to my Ko-fi so you can book a reading with me, all right, to get more of that one-on-one experience. All right, so if you know what it is that you want, what number, what theme you're gonna go with, the number for your reading, description box, same as always. Find where it says 1, 2, or 3, and there'll be blue numbers right next to them. You click on those blue numbers and it should fast forward you to your part so you don't have to try to find it in the video, okay? I think that's about it. Again, remember, take what resonates, leave all behind that doesn't. It's how it works for general readings, all right? If you want something more personal, you know where to find me. You know where to book me, okay? All right, I'll see you in just a moment. Hello there, pile number 1, or card number 1, I should say. Alright, so this is the card that you chose. Let's find out what the theme is for the month of December. We have the head, logic and evaluation, which actually is on par. We're still in Sagittarius season, and so, we'll be going into Capricorn season after this, so logic and reason will be really good for this. Wanting to read more, get cozy, wanting to learn a new skill if you feel like you're stuck inside, at least in the northern hemisphere. I'm not sure where you're from, if it's cold where you're at, but it is very cold over here. So I even have right now I've got a blanket. I've got a little blanket on my lap. I'm wearing sweatpants, and I know I'm wearing short sleeves, and it's only because I'm kind of warm because of the lights that are surrounding me right now. But otherwise, I'd have a long sweatshirt on, which is why you'll find in a lot of my videos that I wear long sweatshirts, because it's just always so cold in this house. Now, enough of me, enough of that. Let's find out what is in tune for you for the month of December. I'm already shuffling the deck right here. We're going to start with some tarot, keeping in mind the overall theme, which is logic and reason, wanting to learn something. Perhaps for some of you out there, it's also getting out of your own head and wanting to be open to imagination and creativity. All right. One more time. I feel like one more time will be good. Of course, I have a paper cut on my finger. Like, I'm not touching the cards directly on it, but sometimes they just brush right by it. It's on the side of my finger. On par, on par. First up we have here is the Knight of Pentacles, which brings us a bit of Virgo energy. This is discipline, willpower, fits in quite perfectly. I know when we're thinking of logic and evaluation, we think of a lot of the mental realm, we think of swords. However, with the Knight of Pentacles, this brings discipline and willpower. This is also working on a skill diligently and, you know, making sure you're sticking to a routine and a schedule, but it's very slow pace. Now, for some of you out there, that slow pace may be too slow out there, and it's like it's December, like I said, where we're at, this is much more of the energy of being very cozy, wanting to get together with friends and family. You might be feeling very disconnected through the month of December. For some people, December is not a really great month for relations, for friends, for family. Either people are just too busy, or you feel like you don't have a community to be tied to, okay? So that is something we might be wanting to work on, wanting to rebuild those connections. It can also be meaning wanting to light a candle in remembrance of those who have passed on before, for your ancestors, for your spiritual team. As I said ancestors. We had the Death card pop up here, you know, so this is messages from beyond. This is wanting to connect with those who have passed on. This is wanting to have a remembrance of those, okay? But we're getting ahead of ourselves. Hold on. We need another row coming up into here. I'm just trying to get the whole story before we move on. Also, we'll bring in some more oracle cards after this. Okay, not actually too surprising. This is the card that I was thinking of while we see this going on here. Make sure I get everybody in the right order. Just this, then this. So, starting back from the top, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Like I said, this is also probably a message, someone that brings a message. It's going to be slow getting to you. Could be through snail mail, that type of stuff. A message that's dealing with work, with wanting to, I'm also thinking like newspaper, like wanting to like do puzzles, wanting to, you know, like when we see with this card here, this is more of just like keeping your mind invigorated. Like, I have a book, it's called like Myrtle, and it's like a little mini clue game, and you can get it as a book. You can also do it online as a free little game. It's like a free clue, like a murder that happens, and you got to figure out who did it, when, or not when, but where, and like with what. And sometimes it's that. Sometimes it's more complicated, sometimes it's easier, but that might be something really fun, especially if you like the game Clue. It's kind of the same vibe of Clue. Okay, and then like I said, we just talked about this, the Ancestor card. But as an invitation, we have the Ace of Wands. This is also turning that energy back towards you and where you want to point and direct this energy. This also gives us that vibe of lighting that candle, perhaps wanting to learn a bit more about candle magic yourself, because I do candle magic. I do it twice a month for sure, and I think it'd be something that's really great. This is also making sure like the area that you're in is light and bright, making sure you have enough lights. Maybe you want to go shopping for candles, that sort of stuff, to make it feel more lively. Candles have really great scents and whatnot that are safe for you. And I also just get like that vibe of because sitting right underneath it is the Ace of Cups, so it's like leaving an offering of a candle and water. We're starting to leave like the elements out. We're trying to connect with the elements, you know, your energy and your heart being pointed in the same direction, right? When we though have the Three of Swords, this is a card of sorrow and hurt and grief. And it's kind of like working, like you work to distract yourself from trying to move away from this hurt and this pain. And this pain may not be something that you think is super major. Like I said, we were just talking about, like, for the month of December, it might be really hard to connect with family or friends. You may need to be more you need to take the initiative for reaching out and realize this might be a little slow process. People might be very busy, and it's nothing personal. Don't take it too personally. This is you trying to build your own community. This is you trying to build those friendships. It's going to take time. It's not going to be done overnight. You know, it's a very busy month for some people out there. And it's like, don't put yourself and don't put yourself or your heart, especially if you're dealing with just a partnership, you're dealing with someone who's like looking for love and relationships, in a space of painful compromise, where it's like the only one who's really making a compromise is you. It's only you doing the compromising. It's you trying to be the peacekeeper. It's you trying to, you know, making sure everyone's happy and whatnot, versus other people also looking for your happiness, making sure that things work out for you, making sure that things, like, they've got your back, you know. You can maybe also be finding a lot of stress. We have the Eight of Pentacles. This is the card that I wasn't too surprised seeing that this was the overall theme. And it's like it's coming from a good place. We have the Nine of Cups chilling over here as our crowning card. It was the card at the bottom of the deck. Sorry, didn't mean to hit that. At the bottom of the deck right there. So it's like this is also you can make your wishes come true, because you've been wishing on a star lately. You've been wishing for change. You've been wishing for something like a new skill, but have you dedicated the time to it? You may be feeling very bored with it. And this is where that painful compromise comes, of like trying to have that balance of being disciplined, having willpower, of setting a routine. But when things get off balance, when things become more of like you're focusing too much on like the golden three, when we have like mind, body, and soul, you find that you're working more on your mind, or you're working too much on your body, that other parts of you get left behind. And it's like, then it's like, well, why bother trying? I can't handle this. And all the self-doubt starts washing over you. And it's like, don't let it get to that far of the extreme. This just means we need to make some changes. We need to make some moves. Things are very boring for you. Don't try to force yourself into doing something that, you know, is super boring, or something that's not going to grab your attention. Something that also is supposed to be a lifelong pattern. You know, it's different. It's a different mind if you're like, I only have to do this for a certain amount of time to get through this, to make my life better, you know, versus this is something that actually can change. This is something that, you know, it's just, it's not like a pattern. It's like when people just like go from 0 to 100 and then they burn out way too quickly because they try doing everything all at once. It's about trying to incorporate smaller steps, smaller space, smaller routines. Like I said, we had the Death card right here in the middle, because this is also Scorpio energy. This is fixed energy. This is, you know, making sure your ego doesn't get in the way of your happiness, making sure that you don't let pride get in the way of here, realizing that transformation happens, change happens, and you have to go with the flow with it, okay? Don't get so caught up in that moment. Again, we talked about this as the Ace of Cups. This is also could be giving a gift of inspiration, a gift of making sure of also refilling your cup. Remember, we don't want to be in a space for this month of December where it is you compromising. It's like, are you filling up your own cup? You don't want to, you can't give to others if you're feeling very empty yourself. Also with this could also, like I said, this is like leaving an offering to those who have gone before. And this is as simple as leaving a cup of water out. It could be as simple as that. You don't have to do the candle or the cup. You can do one or the other. This is just like you giving thanks. This is thanks to the universe that you leave that water out. For some of you, you may have a sacred space to do so. Like you can see mine is right over here. That's where I would like leave a cup of water out. For you, it could be as simple as before you go to bed, if you leave a cup of water out near your bed or something where it's easy for you to remember, or in the heart of what you consider the heart of your home. It just depends on like your living situation. If you live with others, it might be harder to do that in more public places. You might have to keep it more into your own space, into your own room. Okay, but another challenge, which this is also sitting right underneath the Death card here, is the Eight of Cups. This is being stuck in a repetitive pattern because it is comfortable. stuck in a routine because it is comfortable, no matter how bored it is. And like I said, that's like you compromising for that. It's because it's so, it's easy on the mind. It's easy on the mind. And sometimes, and a lot of times, it's like when people have really bad anxiety, they like to watch movies that they already know how the story goes. They are just, it's comfortability. Sorry, that's the word I was looking for. And it is, because you know how the story is going to end. So it's a fun journey, to go and just like replay the movie in that way. But we have the Two of Wands as our last invitation card, the last card on here that you haven't seen just yet because I have to hold them up like this. And this is a card of looking beyond. This is also saying that you have accomplished something and it's time to look forward. So December for you is also cutting out routines that no longer serve you. It's like advancing them, like you've got the foundation going, you've seen where you've got discipline, you've seen where you've got to make and rearrange your plans. So now we're going to plan to add in another element, right? Not a crazy thing, not like so many things at once, just a single thing. All right, we're going to bring in some more cards here. Just give me a second. I gotta move everything over. Oh, my arm's already getting cold. The windows are to my left over here. You know what? Before we get to the oracle, we're gonna use this. What is blocking you right now? What is blocking you? Versus the overall thing that just from the first spread right here, what would be blocking you is fear of change. Fear of change and disconnect from family, from chosen family, from community. Being stuck in old patterns, not letting go, not letting yourself find a new path, not enjoying the unknown. One more card. Trying to make sure I put this down and not mess up anything else. So we have what's blocking you. We have the Five of Wands, and we know fives are a challenging card here, and wands means like a lot of people coming in and telling you which way to do something, putting in a lot of opinions, a lot of things trying to grab your attention, trying to take your focus away from your goals. Then we have Wheel of Fortune, which is growth and expansion. It is associated with Jupiter energy, and which is also a ruler of Sagittarius. Again, Sagittarius season. But this is also fate. Feeling maybe entrapped by fate, like feeling like you have no control over your destiny, over what it is that you can in your life. Remember, we're talking about like when things start going wrong, you feel like you're just going to self-sabotage. You're just going to get rid of everything. And that is like, we don't need to get rid. We don't have to clear the whole thing. We just got to go and revise some things to make things more clear. Maybe simplify some things, right? And this is a tough choice to make. We got the Lovers card. We've got Gemini. We've got Gemini energy. So this could be more of communication. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, the planet of communication. We also got the shadow period starting up. That's what I cannot remember off the top. I know right now as I'm recording this, it is the shadow period for Mercury retrograde. So it starts up sometime in December. I'd have to check my calendar. I don't know off the top of my head what day. I think like the 18th or something, but I'm not sure. So we've got that coming in here, which can mean miscommunication. And also it's kind of this repeating pattern as well, because we've got 3 figures in here. And it's like, the power of 3, mind, body, and soul, getting them aligned right there, and really like touching on your mind, your mental health, your body, your physical health, and then your soul, what invigorates you, what inspires you. Are you doing things for fun? Are you making sure you're taking rest, making sure you get a good night's sleep, that sort of stuff, And so that what may be really blocking you is feeling also a disconnect from your higher self, from a higher version of yourself. When's the last time you talked to this version of yourself, this version that you hold in high regard, you know, this version that you're trying to obtain yourself to? Like, don't get so drawn into the journey of it all, you know, reach that outcome, reach that, so you can also have like a state of closure, so you can go on to the next phase of your life, something that is more aligned with what your soul's purpose is. Okay, now we're going to bring in the surrender cards. So more things that you can surrender for December. Oh my gosh, okay. Let me just get one more card and I will show, and then you'll get the giggle. The first card we have pop up here is Surrender Your Fear of Change, which is a big theme. We even have a horse. We have a white horse on both of these cards right here. With your reading, right? Fear of change. The universe is reminding you that you are cared for always, whether you're afraid of a change in your job, your health, or a relationship. Or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation, I have faith that all is well. Also, do we have a good balance? We've got Pentacles, Wands. Yeah, we're not really missing. We don't have a lot of swords. Just the 3 of Swords in here. I was just seeing if we're missing any of like the other minor arcana cards in here. And that fear of change really draws back to this Wheel of Fortune card. You know, it's a 10, it's closure. It definitely gives the vibes for you for December, which, I mean, it's the end of the year. It could be wrapping things up, and it's like a portal. It's like, what are you changing for 2024? Have you put those goals in your mind yet? You know, without it being obsessive about, like, you know, you need things to end a certain way this year to set you up for success for the next year. And it's like, don't be so hard on yourself with that, but it is good to look back and reflect on how far you've come, challenges that you've overcome, challenges that you're still dealing with, you know. And it's like the 5 of Wands could be like 5 different aspects of your life that are really struggling, and this is why we're going to cut back and focus on 3 different things. As we see, like 3 is a big thing in here. We have the 3 of Swords, we got a 2, a 3, we got 2 aces. So 1, 2, 3, things like that. And then the next one we have here is Surrender Your Addictions. For some of you, and we're just talking about this as well, is surrendering like obsessions with, you know, how things have to be. But this is Surrender Your Addictions. It says, whether you're addicted to substances, food, people, sex, or overworking, take action to begin to heal the addiction and replace it with healthier alternatives. And this is, like, again, touching base with your body, with your habits, with your routines. Are you doing things that are self-sabotaging because you're obsessively about it being a certain way? Which, I hate to say this a little bit, Virgo, like, it's just like a really bad, like, stereotype. We know that there's no bad signs. There could be some bad qualities and whatnot, but there's always like that joke, you know, about Virgos. You are perfectionists, you know. And I say that with love as a Virgo and Venus. Sorry. Venus and Virgo. There we go. Whatever it is. I say that with love, so I know how that goes. And the stubborn quality, and the people are like, you know what, who will never forget. Although I attribute that also to Cancer energy, but Scorpio energy as well. And they're the water signs in general, right? But keep that in mind. This also could mean some shadow work is required, all right? And then the last one, which could definitely be shadow work related, is surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. this is how we also can incorporate that Lover's card being a block, because the Lover's card doesn't necessarily mean like a loving relationship with someone, getting in a relationship with someone. And because it's a block, it's because we don't want that to be like the only focus. Like, you're willing to compromise and sacrifice and get rid of out these things, stop things that make you happy and joy for another person who's not willing to do the same for you. Like, that's not the only thing we'd be talking about in here. For some of you, that is completely true, because that is the path you are trying to force yourself to be on, and Spirit's like, you gotta let things flow and let things come to you when it comes to you. For some of you out there, this is a better relationship with yourself. Even if you're like, I don't think of this as a spiritual sense with you and your higher self, or you and spirit, you and the divine, that sort of stuff. This is a better relationship for you. This is about making sure that you know that you are deserving of love and abundance and prosperity, that you don't need to compromise things for yourself, that tell yourself and guilt yourself that if you spend time, taking care of yourself, that means you have to sacrifice doing something else that you love. It's like, if you've got time to do both, prioritize your needs and your responsibilities, making sure you focus in that you need to get what you need to get done. You put in the work, but you also put in the time for play, So making sure that you focus in on those low self-esteem issues, and that might also require outside help. This is not something that you can do on your own, and being aware, maybe that's something you're going to be setting up in December for the start of 2024. Okay. All right, moving on. This card, I could not use it. I've been using this all month. It's a new oracle deck I have. Earth and Bone is the name of the oracle. Here's the box. Isn't that so pretty? Okay. Alright, one already wanted out. Only one wanted out. No one wanted out that second round. There we go. So I've been using this, and I have yet to see this card, and I think it's a really great card. I think it's actually really cool looking too. We have the Conjurer. Okay, we got Conjurer. Look at that. I like the artwork. I don't know how you feel about it, but I think it's cool looking. Higher self, fertility, and creativity. And don't freak out if you heard fertility and you're like, I don't. Some of you are like, yay. Some of you are like, no. And I get it. Don't freak out. Fertility could also just be meaning like a rich in love and abundance, rich in ideas, and that's why there's creativity underneath there. This is reconnecting with your higher self. Some of you got to do a little circle. You got to conjure up some magic. This is what you're going to be doing for December. Like that wheel, it's like the wheel of fortune going on there. You're like, I'm taking control of my own fate, my own destiny. Things that are outside of my control, they can sit there, they can be outside of my control, but I'm going to control how I react to that situation, how I adapt to that change. I hold no more fear with it. Okay, next up is beloved, and then we have, it says love, intertwinement, and of course it's tying right into that Lover's card right there. Okay, this is wanting, and also there's two skulls in here, so it's like two people talking and trying to get closer to one another, and this could be something you really want to focus in on. Remember, especially because we had that 10 of Pentacles right here, and it was in a challenging position. It could be more along the lines of, because you're trying to connect with the whole group, and that is not the situation that's best for you. Maybe it's best for you to take things on one-on-one, okay? Just talking with people one-on-one, all right? And growing it slowly that way. All right, and this could also just be for loved ones in the past that we want to reach out to and speak with, and you could just talk or journal, write a letter to them, and bury it, or write a letter. I was just thinking this, well, probably not good for winter. But I was thinking seed paper, you get paper and they've got seeds in it, and you can write on it, and you put it in the ground, and things will grow. Probably not that great for winter, but just a thought I had. Maybe pin it, for in the summer or whenever it's good for you to plant anything. And the last card we have are, have I seen this one? Maybe one. We have Ascension. I love the butterfly in it. It's really cute. Or is it a moth? Maybe it's a moth. Okay, it says transformation, end of cycle, and beginnings. This is welcoming new beginnings because we're going to end that cycle. For a lot of you, this could also be a generational curse that you're dealing with through the month of December. Maybe traditions that just don't stick with you. So you're going to create your own traditions in December, okay? Let me think. I want to do this one and then we'll wrap your reading up because you've been here for a hot minute and I don't want to take up more of your time. Pile or card number 1, I should say. Let's get our little message from the Secret Garden and then we'll end with a message. Okay. This is giving us that 2 of Wands vibe right here. We have discover. Look at the early dewdrops before they disappear with the morning sun. This card is also an invitation because we're holding the world in our hands and this is connecting. This is like connecting through social media. This is connecting with people across the world right here, coming together as a community. You know, that's how you may not be in a situation right now where you're connecting with the people that are closest to you, but people that are, you know, connected via a social media account, maybe like that's where you can vibe. That's where you can grow because you have the same interests. It's easier to find that with the same interests. But this could also just be putting you on a road of discovery for December. Maybe setting goals for 2024 for like travel goals, things you want to see, things you want to learn, that sort of stuff. New experiences you would like to have. All right, we're going to end with this, the Therapets, which is a message you need to hear. And this is, it's kind of close to an affirmation, not exactly an affirmation. We'll be doing like affirmations throughout like the month of December and whatnot. So let's do this one instead. When I say that, it'll be in my Discord, my TikToks, maybe YouTube Shorts, if YouTube Shorts likes to cooperate. I'll be posting some affirmations there. So let's do this one for this video. All right. Got this one. Just do your best. It will be enough. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that cute? Just do your best. It will be enough. Love that. Love that message for you. Do the best that you can do. Don't be so harsh on yourself. Don't be so critical on yourself. Okay, well, that's all I have for you for today. Besides Mercury retrograde, that's all I got. I got nothing else. If you like this style of my readings, you can always book, like I said, book a personal reading with me. This is similar to what you would get for the bigger one of my reading selections if you have a question. I do have a smaller version, but you still kind of get the same time, but it is less amount of cards, so it's like more directly to the point. You can read more about it on my Ko-fi. Otherwise, please give this video a thumbs up. Drop me a comment if this resonated with you at all. What you're doing, if you have any plans for December, anything fun you're going to be doing, all that fun stuff. And I guess subscribe to the channel if you like my style of reading. I mean, why not? I post these. I'm getting more consistent with them. And any suggestions for another video, style, question, theme, let me know in the comments below. Love all that. Otherwise, I hope you have an amazing December, and I'm sure I'll see you later. I plan to be around for December, so hope to see you around sometime. All right, I will see you when I see you though. Bye. Hello there, pile number 2, or card number 2, I should say. Here is your card. What you picked as a theme for your December is happy endings. We've got end of a chapter right there. So you're already thinking about 2024. That's what it tells me. We're ready to wrap this up. We're ready to end on a good note, and we're getting primed and excited for 2024. So let's see what the month of December has in store for us. Maybe it has some ideas of what to keep in mind to plan for 2024. And I know, I just realized this because I recorded the first part without this on. I have it on now because these are windows and my whole left side was getting so cold. It is so cold today. Let's hope this keeps me warm between this and my blanket. I'm gonna have to pull out the heater. I'm gonna have to pull out the little heater now, put it near my desk. Okay, one more shuffle, get a really good one in here too. And we'll find out from Spirit what December is bringing for you. Card number 2. Happy endings. Okay, first 2 cards. Got a little bit going on. So the first row right here, I gotta still get you more cards, but the first row we got going on here is 10 of Pentacles. I was just dealing with another deck that was like 10 of coins. I was just about to say that. But 10 of Pentacles, and I mean, it's a 10, it's closure. It's kind of bringing in that cycle, but this is dealing with family, community. This is also like raining down some money here. Ooh, but the challenges. You may have a lot of decisions to make for this month. We have the 7 of Cups right here. So like a challenge is maybe like especially if you feel like you're being pulled to different directions, different groups of friends, a lot of social outings, and you're just like, there's just so many options. Like, do you even want to just stay home? Do you not want to deal with a lot of people? Maybe a lot of people are inviting you out, but you don't want to go out for December. It's like I was just thinking, I'm like, it's too cold. You don't want to do it. But there could be opportunity if you go and reach out. Okay, because the next one up is the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, it is in reverse, so it just means like things are delayed, but it's like the ground is frozen right now. There's not a lot to be done. This is why we can be more meditative about it, what we want to grow, what seeds we want to plant for the next year, what we want for the sun shining down to defrost those ideas, right? That sun, that Leo energy. Well, it's the sun relating to that Leo energy, the star of the show. Okay. Let me get our last 2 cards, and one of the cards that popped up is that Leo card. You got some strength. You need some patience coming in on here. All right, our last card and our crowning card for this pile is the 8 of Cups. Nothing broken, but you want to go traveling anyways because something's missing. There is something missing. I also get the feeling like you just don't want to lose out on opportunities, which I think could be can wear you down, Just, like if you're trying to be open to all of it, it's opening your energy to too much of it, that leads to burnout, that leads to, is it called FOMO? Like when you feel left out of something, like you may be feeling like you're losing like opportunity, you feel like you're not having all the fun, all the adventure. Right, so we have the 5 of Swords in the next row. We have the Hermit, challenging to keep to yourself this December here. You want to be out in the sun. For some of you out there, you might be like, no, I am a hermit. I can stay in. No one has to come find me. I am good to be by myself. It's just me, my books. I'm cozying it up for this December, which I think is a great thing to do, but in doses of it, right? We need some sort of social interaction. I know, I felt it out there. I just said that, and someone out there's like, I don't need any social interaction. If I didn't have to deal with anyone all the time, I would be like good and done. I wonder though if it's because we're not cleansing energy, we're not releasing energy, we're not, doing the visualization practices, you're not doing any rituals, you're not even just like verbally like shaking, or verbally you're like telling yourself I'm shaking that energy off, and like doing the motion, doing like even just like ringing a bell, a little smoke cleanse, something that kind of like gives it like a physical presence, into doing this. If you do it, it's done type of energy. following, sitting right underneath, actually, this Five of Swords we got going on here. This prideful, ooh, someone's dealing with someone in the family that's causing agitation. It's sitting right underneath that Ten of Pentacles right there. That Five, someone's out, not out to get you, that's not what I mean, but like out to get you in the way of like hurting you with words because they want to be right. And when we have the Hermit card sitting in there and that patience, that strength card underneath there, it's like it's gonna take a lot of patience to deal with that person. Hopefully it's not you. Hopefully it's not you. This could also be you like wanting to like leave, wanting to be a hermit, and Spirit's like, you can't just do that. Like, you can't run away from your problems. You have to face them. You have to realize, especially if you're dealing with someone who's like dealing with someone this season that's giving you a lot of stress, it's better to be open about it and to set your boundaries. It is a healthier thing to do. We have the Tower card. Do not let it be forced upon you. This is why I was sitting underneath this, I keep putting it back here, sitting underneath this Five of Swords. Let the foundation break and fall. Let it collapse. Because it's like, if you expect it to happen, things just not going to plan for this season, it's like, it's okay. We're going to change. We're going to adapt. We don't require perfectionism. We can walk away from something, especially if it's just not everything that you wanted it to be and it's causing you so much stress, so much anxiety. It's like, take that breath, take it for yourself, but do not let it enclose you completely. Otherwise, Spirit will come in there and they'll shake in and they'll basically it's like the carpet will be pulled from underneath you, whether you like it or not. So again, we have more of that Leo energy, you know, like I get the feeling of someone who's like, I want to be in the sunshine, but I don't want to be the center of attention. You know, you don't mind dealing now with people, be more open to experiences for December, being more open to like dealing with, family and friends and wanting to do those traditions. But we have it. We have the Nine of Pentacles, which is, it gives us the solitude vibes without it being overly. It doesn't give us the Hermit completely. It is a 9, so it's a 9. It's an element of it. This could also just be very comfortable in like material wealth, of being surrounded, like we've got grapevines in here, and it's kind of like a representation of good drinks, good food, and like you find emotional happiness by yourself. It's really good to be good with your own voice. But this also invites you to like not be like, I'm only good with material things, I don't need anybody else. That type of energy, right? Okay, hold on. We're going to bring in some more tarot. This is a very conflicting reading between being social and being not, and finding that really good balance between it. It's like deep in your heart, you want to be surrounded by things that you love, situations that you love, but if one single person is there that you do not like, you're willing to throw the whole thing away because you don't want to deal with that person. You're willing to let this person ruin everything. Versus finding the joy and the good, and it's like even compromising to the fact of like, don't do the big parties, but do maybe small, more intimate style ones. Making sure you don't lock yourself up in your room, in your house, that sort of stuff. Also, be cautious that it's not you, holding yourself up somewhere and people are trying to talk with you. They're like, hey, I really miss you. I'd love to get to see you, and you're just like, I'm locking the doors. The second I'm putting my phone on silent, and, it's like, it's one thing if like you need your time for solitude for yourself, for your own mental health and well-being. You need to recharge. I think that why we see a lot of Leo energy in here too, and I know you're thinking, well, like, typically people think Leos, they think, they like to be the center of attention. They want to be talked to. They want to be seen, you know? And it's like, not necessarily when you're shown to be that large and that big and like people want to talk to you and not, you need those breaks too. Some people do find rejuvenation, you know, while in groups and being able to talk and express your ideas and have those moments of creativity, but then equally need to be in solitude because you need to really think about those ideas. You need to see the options in front of you and how you can expand upon those. And you don't want those distractions, you know? All right, what is blocking you for December? Poppy over there. I'm just looking at my fingers. I edged those cards like whenever that first deck came out, not up. And they still stain. I've tried every which way to seal that black in, and it still finds a way. I just don't want to spread to the other cards. I think I'm fine. I still love this deck too much. I don't want to stop using it. Though it's tempting to buy a new one. I don't want to though. Okay, so first up here, we have the King of Pentacles. We got some Taurus energy. So another Earth energy. I mean, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Earth overall. Mars energy from the Tower. Leo, technically like kind of double Leo there. Virgo. And now Taurus energy. Then we have the Page of Swords, the Keeper of the Air Signs. Some more. Do we have any other air? No, we don't have any other air signs in here. And then we got the Two of Cups. Okay, so what will be blocking you for December with that Taurus energy? Dealing with authority. This could be more pinpointing to that person who may be like, you know, stubborn, set in their ways, cannot be guided towards the right path, towards something that is better for them. This could be just a matter of opinions. This could go deeper. This could be more on human rights, that sort of stuff. That's why the conversation's very hard, because they're very stubborn, hence why it's like in the reverse thing. And this could be more because we're seeing a lot of pentacles in this reading. I hope for your sake that it isn't like someone holding like money over you, you know, like you have to listen or you can't stand up to them because it's a financial thing, like a boss or whatnot, or if you live somewhere and, you know, dealing with other people who pay the bills. So that could be what we're dealing with here, and someone who's just being manipulative. And it's just becoming at least aware of the situation in order to make change. You may not know how to express that change and verbally talk about that. Like your words, like you know how you feel about the situation, but it may be hard to say what it is that you feel. And during the holiday season, it can be even harder. That's why for some of you out there, like parties, social events, that you don't want to deal with that, because then you don't have to speak, you don't have to talk, you don't have to, you know, wear a mask in front of people and like pretend you're someone you're not, or having to tone yourself down and that. You may want to shine, you might want to be bright, you want to laugh, you want to, you know, just have fun. And it's like, remember your options and your choices, and don't feel so overwhelmed with this. The Seven of Cups, it's like there's different choices, options, different ways you can socialize with other people, that you can find groups that are, you know, meant for you. Something that you might have to put, you know, on the back burner is this conversation, if it's something you need to learn to be able to do to communicate effectively, so that it doesn't feel like, you know, it's attacking and being very harsh. Okay, and Two of Cups. And it's interesting because, like you said, we have like the Eight of Cups here, wanting to walk away, and another thing that's blocking you is probably finding this completion. So think of the Ten of Cups. This is domestic bliss, right? This is home bliss. This is having what's the word, security. This is having safety. This is feeling at home, making sure that, you know, you feel like you're vibing with your chosen family or with your family, especially for this season, can be very hard to do. So this could be just a block, something you need to be aware of, something you need to work on, something you need to be like, you know what, how do I effectively fix this situation? Is there a way I can fix this? Do I need just to walk away from this? Because some people are so stubborn, like I said, with that hermit energy, they cannot be changed. But also keep in mind for yourself that you are not being so stubborn that you're only going to look at things from one way and one way only and not even hear the other side. And obviously it always depends on the conversation you're having. You know, so for some of it, there is no other side, you know? But, you know, it's just kind of like, without getting into the nitty gritty of it in a video like this style, it's more of like you have to at least listen to the other one and then have your counterpoints ready to go. That type of thing. Excuse me while I have some cucumber water. Let's find out more though. What do you need to surrender for December? It's not, I mean, like I said, it's December, it's the end of the year. I'm just seeing like the happy endings, that Page of Swords. God, it's like someone trying to revamp themselves too. Trying to make sure you have time for yourself, to be comfortable with yourself, your own voice, that other part of yourself. Finding your voice, that Page of Swords energy. Some of you really trying to revamp that and have that happy ending to cultivate more joy. Okay. 1, 2, and 3. I mean, this card is perfect. Hold on, I gotta fix the way I'm sitting on this. I like to sit on my foot. I don't know why. I have to learn to not always do that. But it makes me feel very secure in my chair. Okay, so the first card we have here is Surrender to Your Full Power. Maybe you have a lot of Leo placements in your chart. Sorry, I was thinking of the word for it, but chart. Since we have strength, we've got a lion right here. We've got the sun card, and there's no lion in here, but you know, the sun associated with the rules over Leo. So we have surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step into your full power rather than playing it small. Like, even before I drew those cards, I was just saying that. Like, for some of you, it's to reinvent yourself, which I know is kind of like on par with like New Year resolution. But this is something that we can't, we shouldn't make it where it's so easy to give up on it, is what it is here. So when all these options are given to you, give yourself something more practical, something more hands-on, and always starting with a small step, right? Something that is easily to do. Especially now if we're looking at this from the King's point of view, being in reverse, like, he's authentic to himself. He is not fake, you know. He is someone who is real, who does think of community, who thinks of people that are close to him and whatnot. So maybe that's the power you want. You want to wear that crown. You want to be in that seat of authority, right? And true to yourself, so you don't feel like you have to hide from other people, that you can be yourself and find people that you vibe with, right? So you want to set this up by like closing this chapter of who you were in December to be more open to who you can be and will be for the new year. Because next up we have surrender to the magic of who you are. We all have magic in us. Even in the mundane aspects of life, remember that you are a magical being with the uniqueness and worth that comes from just being you. This is back to like the Sun card, that joy, the yes card, the Ace of Pentacles, you know, day-to-day tasks, things that you have more control over, more things that you can work on, you can do. Just realized I might have hit that earlier. And the last card, let me explain. I'm going to show it, but I'll have to really explain it. It says surrender worry. And I know it's always so much easier said than done. But it says, make a commitment not to lead an anxiety-driven life. When worries arise, breathe them out of your body. Focus on the power of your heart and have faith that Spirit is guiding you always. I always look at this card because it's always so easy to be like, why don't you just like not worry about that situation? Oh, good. Did it work? It's like, no, it doesn't work that way. It's not. Sometimes some people have to be reminded though that you're not always, like, you're not alone. There are people that you can contact, family, friends, professionals. Then you have the spirit realm, your divine spiritual team, the universe, spirit, your deities, all that fun stuff, that you're not alone trying to do something, even when it feels like it. But this is also, I always kind of picture this as taking time and like actually sitting down, taking a deep breath. Maybe you're picturing things worse than what they are or what they could be, and the Tower card comes in, and it's like, I know everyone's like, oh my god, that's more anxiety, but it's like things are being shaken up and changed for you for your own good. What are you gonna do about it now? And it's like that deep breath, and we got that Virgo energy with the Hermit card saying you're gonna need a lot of patience. There's the Strength card. Patience and strength to endure this change, but you can do it. That Virgo is a planner, is there. It is a ready, okay? It will be sure to do that, okay? To have a plan and ready and set to go, as long as you sit down and you look at your options and you pick one and you go with it. Okay. More oracles. So far, really great deck. I've been loving using this all month long. I can't remember when I actually got it. Maybe in October. Feels like it. But it's perfect for this season. Okay, we got exactly 3 cards that came out of here. I really love the compliment. So it was like, here's the cards. Don't even have to shuffle that hard for them. Okay. I know so many of you are going to love this first card. For December, we have Prosperity. Reminding us a bit of that King of Pentacles. But we've got Prosperity. What does it say on here? Wealth, contentment, and abundance. Guinness is really excited about this card too. I don't know if you can really hear him. My mic says you can. So Guinness is super excited for this card for pile number 2. He's like, this is one of the best cards to get for this reading for December. Wealth, like, who doesn't need some money? Which, I mean, there could be gift giving, and it could also be, it's just abundance doesn't necessarily mean money. It could be just like an abundance of love, of time, of contentment, of having like those moments of not worrying about things, deep breaths, that sort of stuff. Okay. And then we have Serpent, which is such a pretty snake. It says rebirth, unconventionality, and non-conformity. Okay. So, like I said, for some of you, it is a big change and transformation. Maybe someone's trying to talk you out of what you want to do and what you want to change, but you're doing it anyways. Like, you're ready to go. And that's also another thing that could be very challenging for you, because the Hermit was in a challenging position, but the Hermit goes by their own flow. Goes with their own flow. God, I'm trying to say the words. But goes against the crowd. Let's put it that way. Goes against the crowd, does what they want to do because they trust their own voice. They don't need the opinions of others. So it's easy to shut that opinion out from other people. Even with a plethora of options in here, once you're true to yourself and you're authentic to yourself, says like the King of Pentacles right there, you're authentic to your own needs and desires, things will just start aligning for you. Okay, and the next one we have here is Shadow. That's what it looks like. Shadow. It says wholeness, integrations, repressed emotions. All right, so this could also be dealing with the worry, like what are you really worrying about? Where does your worries take root from? You know, like what is actually there? What is, you know, you may be thinking it's one thing, but if you go deeper into it, you find out something else. So something to do for December, which could be really great to do to start off 2024, is to deal with some shadow work to get it started, maybe to start on the path, not something, there might be some smaller things you can deal with to seek closure and be like, I'm done with it, potentially. All right, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this little message from our little secret garden, and then we're going to end with, it's not like an affirmation, but it's like a message you need to hear, and you can use it for the month of December. Okay. Okay. We got share. The busy bee should still make time for each flower. Our lovely little message is share, sharing your thoughts, your aspirations, your creativity, your magic, you know, making sure you share your story, share your authentic self. Okay? All right, so let's bring in the therapet. It's like, it's a cute message. It's a message you need to hear for the month of December, but we're going to be doing affirmations. So I think that's what people are more common with, is affirmations. But in my Discord and like on my other socials, or like even here on YouTube Shorts, I'll be doing, you know, affirmation polls. But I used to do them for Instagram where you could pick, which I might be picking back up to do that some more. So, oh, okay, make space on here. One more shuffle, and we'll find out what message you need to hear for December. This is cute. I haven't seen this one yet. It says, today is a brand new day, and you are a brand new you. Good luck. That is so cute. And I think that's really on par with that transformation. You know, we're starting fresh, we're starting new. You're going to be authentic to yourself. You know, you're not going to let others' opinions sway you, okay? Like I said, this is about connecting with others and not cutting yourself off, especially if it's just some shadow work you need to do for yourself. And understand, maybe you don't vibe with someone, that it's okay, you don't have to vibe with everybody. And some people are just not going to like you just because. There's no reason. There's no reason. It's just how it goes. And it's okay. It is absolutely fine. Don't worry about it. All right? So today is a brand new day, and you are a brand new you. Good luck. That is all I have for you for the month of December. Some energy, I'm sure we'll touch base again with other readings. If you have any suggestions for other videos you would like to see for, you know, my channel, I would love to hear them. You know, let me know if this resonated with you. Leave a comment down below. If you would like to get a more personalized reading, don't forget, you can book me right here at Ko-fi. And you can also add like the in the description box, there's a link to take you directly to my commissions, which is what they call it for Ko-fi. It'll be under a readings tab, and it's considered a commission. But that's how you can book a reading with me that could be similar to this one, depending on which one that you pick as the options. I keep it very simple, very clean, you know, to make it very easy to book a reading with me as possible. All right, no other information. I'm sure I'll see you when I see you. I hope still, anyway, you have an amazing December, and that is hopefully not too chaotic for you. I think you'll be able to handle. I think you'll be good to do. This is more personal stuff for you to deal with more than anything. All right, make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you like my style of readings. If you vibe with my energy, I'd love to have you around. Join the Discord. Find me on my other socials. You know, there's more content in other places. Again, love you. Hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you when I see you. Bye. Hello there, pile number 3, or card number 3. So sorry. So here we have, this is your card, and this is the theme that you picked. You picked energy, intensity, passion, and power. That is the theme for December, which, you know, it's like kind of like closure for like the month of December to then start off, you know, 2024 with a bout of energy, getting your passions, everything, getting the power, closing the chapter on something can give you that authority, giving you that power. So yeah, I'm gonna start your reading and keep this in mind. Energy. All right, let's start the shuffling process here. And yes, I think if you went from the intro right to this video, you'll notice that I now have a shawl on. I've got windows right over here, and it got so cold. I had to put this on. I got a blanket still on me. I'm hoping that keeps me nice and warm. Move my mouse out of the way a little bit more. There we go. It is so cold. It's been cold for the past few days. Gonna enjoy a nice hot cup of coffee after this reading. Be real nice. That's how I get my energy. All right, let's find out what it is you need to know for December, okay? What energy, what about this energy, or what type of energy? First up, I still need to get more cards, but first up we had the King of Swords fly out the deck here. A bit of Aquarius energy, some air energy, sitting in a powerful position, right? But there could be a lot of conflicts, but we're not sure yet. Some more information is required, but this conflict can be dealing with others' opinions, people trying to bend your will towards what they want you to believe. You got another king coming to play. We got the King of Wands. We got some Leo energy, a lot of fixed energy. It's inviting you to be very stable in your beliefs and where you want to pour this energy and this passion, not letting distractions take you off your path. It's like your mind's on it and your vision is on it, and it can influence others, but others can have jealousy towards what it is that you envision. And so it's like they are trying to teeter you off your path. Oh, okay. The next row we have here is we got the Page of Pentacles. Got a lot of court cards coming in this reading. So you may be dealing, like I said, with a lot of different voices, opinions. But the Page of Pentacles is also like a new beginning, researching something new, something you want to make your voice more vocal about, that you may be feeling like you're not really knowledgeable about, so you want to learn more about it, you know. And this is where like the difference of opinions could be coming in, of like trying to gather so many resources, and you know, how do you keep the story straight? Like, how do you know what is real, what isn't? So that card was about to fall and I was like, please don't. Okay, but next up we have the 10. We've got closure right here. We got happy endings, but you're not ready for things to end. You're ready, you know, because this is in a challenging position. So a lot of this conflict can be coming at home. Maybe if you got two people in power and authority, and it could be you and another person. Maybe things aren't being seen eye to eye. Communication is not working out. We got to start fresh. So we have the Ace of Swords being right here. So we got to stay fresh. This could also be meaning cutting out things that are keeping you away from bliss and happiness within the home. You know, starting fresh, as we see with that Page of Pentacles, having more of curiosity about things, wanting to change things up in December to refresh yourself for 2024. Okay, got our cards. And our crowning card, we have a whole nother row here, but our crowning card right now is the Queen of Wands. So like I said, you've got court cards galore. We have at least 4 court cards. So that could be you and 4 other people, as we, you know, see the 5 of Wands. So where do you fall on this? Actually, we're missing a cup card. So this could be dealing with, like, you know, actually, yeah, because we've got this representing Aries. And do we actually have... Oh, besides in the very middle of the deck being the 10 of Cups, there's no other cups in here. We have a lot of Pentacles, 2 Swords, 3 Wands. oh, sorry, three, did I say 3 pentacles? I might have said 2 pentacles, because our bottom row is the 9 of pentacles, judgment, and the 3 of pentacles. Okay, so starting off again, King of Swords, sitting in authority, being very tilted towards one side of a situation, not allowing others to pull your focus away. Like you're like in the mental realm of having a very strong mind for December. Like you may already have plans for your energy and how you want to deal with it and how you want to disperse it throughout your life for December. Who gets what of your time, where energy you're pouring this into, what you're envisioning for your future, and don't let little distractions get in the way of that for December. We got the King of Wands. This is being highly influential. You might be influencing others with your idea, and this is where like the controversy comes in, because people are going to want to challenge that, right? And it's like you don't want to feel childish, but you also know that you may not know everything it is about a subject, so you may want to learn and pick that up, a skill set as well, something you could be very hands-on with. Maybe you've only learned how it in theory it works, but have yet to actually practice it. So this is something you want to do. There could be issues doing it at home though. This could be maybe more of communication at home. This could be more of trying to like be hands-on with like how you see your December, but maybe there are people in your life that are close to you that are preventing that from happening, or it's just like it's rubbing them the wrong way, so it's like conflict. And it's like, how do we form some sort of resolution without it blowing up, that energy just blowing up there? How do you stand firm in what you're believing in, and how you but don't be like a tyrant about it, right? Because then, like I said, we had the Ace of Swords as an invitation for a new thought, a new way of seeing things, seeing a new perspective. Doesn't mean you have to like fall completely to the other side, completely going the other direction. This is just like, oh, you know what? Being with the keen like attitude, the keen in the tarot, this is more of being open, being warm, being less analytical, being more open-minded with the heart, being an emotional tie. I'm thinking because of Leo energy rules over the heart, and so we have that energy here. Ooh, there could also be a delay because it's like material wealth and solitude, you may be like dealing with younger people. This could also just be like, because it's in reverse, this 9 of Pentacles is like, I also get this feeling of like, if you don't see material wealth around you, you may not be seeing the blessings that you actually have that are not material. This can be dealing with family members. This can be dealing, for some of you out there, this is seeing the blessings of your family, of your domestic life. This is seeing it from a new perspective. You may be thinking you've been having a lot of issues, but in December it's going to open up for you and realize, hey, things are actually a lot better here than I thought it was. It's not perfect, but I'm not going to judge myself so harshly for this. I'm not going to judge those around me so harshly for this, especially if it's just having to have a conversation with them in December. For some of you, this is also connecting with those who have gone before, ancestors, making sure you play music for them, feeling connected to the divine, and also not forcing yourself into like having to close a chapter. Things will happen naturally. And I say that because this is leading towards a spiritual awakening, but you want it to be very jarring. You want it to be like boom, bam, because that's why we have this theme of energy. But this might be more subtle energy sneaking in there. That's why we have the 3 of Pentacles right here. Because we're building something. This is something growth, and also this is also about education in a way of, it's not working for you, don't try to force it. It's again that thing of like letting things go and not trying to force it to align with your path, trying to cram it in there, make the puzzle piece work, and it's like it's not going to fit. It's not meant to be there. For some of you, you might need more of a vision board. With the Queen of Wands, is creating magic, but she's also someone who can see into the future. She has this visions, and that's how people are drawn to her, because of her visions, and for some of you out there, you may not be able to envision your December or envision what you want to set up in December and use it for 2024, especially if you're more in the mindset of, I don't care that it's 2024 coming up, like New Year's resolutions. That doesn't matter to you. You're going to start what you're going to start now. In December, you are not waiting. You are no longer waiting. You don't need a significant date to get started on your projects, on what it is that you're working on. It's just going to keep moving forward into 2024. So this is why, though, we have to remember with the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Pentacles and how we have an ace just chilling right here, that the vision you have is like, you've seen the big picture. You know what the big picture is. You know what you got to do to get it done, but you're still just starting. So don't expect perfectionism. Do not expect that what you're working on to be done overnight. That's probably as well. We have like the pentacles being more towards the bottom. Is that because we need to ground this energy somewhere? We need to ground it for December. So in order for it to have direction and to go in the place, where you want it to go, you need to start somewhere. You need to start and have it grow into a certain area of your life. All right, we're gonna bring out. Oh shoot, gotta bring it a little closer. So what is blocking you for December? There we go. I just had a freak out moment, so I was like looking over there because I'm looking at my mic to be like, yeah, I turned my mic off in between recordings just so I can get up, get water, stretch my legs, that sort of stuff. And I was like, what would suck if I sat down here and I started recording and I didn't turn the mic back on? That would suck. All right, what is blocking you for December? This deck, I've edged it a long time ago, like when it first came out with black, and it's starting to come off. I actually started doing it the day I did it. I've edged other decks, no issues. I must have used older markers for this one, so I was just making sure I'm like wiping it off, that it's not getting onto any of my other cards. That would suck. Okay, so first up, what is blocking you? Five of Pentacles. Gosh, it is materialistic, but we have to ask ourselves, what type of materialistic is it? Because there is a difference of basic necessities of like food, home, security, safety, making sure your needs are met. Yes, you're going to stress out about that. Yes, that can block you, especially if something you're trying to work on, you have the vision for it, but you don't have the money for it. So we have to work around that. We've got to think of other things that we're good at that we can work on before we can work on something that needs money to back it, right? So, but also with the Five of Pentacles, this is also making sure that you're not allowing pride to get in the way of asking for help, of trying to do this in solitude, of being like, I will be the only one to do this and no one else will help me, because that's how you want the story to be written about you, versus it would have taken you so much longer to do it on your own, but thankfully you reached out, you asked for help for, getting this started, getting the plan started, talking with others, so then you were able to get it done much quicker and seek your happiness and your bliss. And also, like I said, depends on what it is. If it's just like, I can't, buy a coffee every single day, but I can buy it once a week, or, whatever. Like, it's like making sure you don't get caught in a trap like that. Get your priorities straight. Now, this one is very unique. It's the eight, well, not unique. It's actually been present with the other deck in different readings that I've done already for today. The Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, when things don't seem broken, but you feel like you need to leave. You need to walk away from the situation. And this could be leading towards creativity, or leaving a situation that feels like you're left out in the snow because you're seeking that warmth, that King of Wands. You may be also seeking a mentor. For some of you out there, oh my gosh, the biggest thing that's just like, boom, the Court cards. building a team. And also, like I was just talking about, you might be trying to do this on your own because a challenge for you is to build a team, especially for the month of December. Now, it could be because December is a very busy month for a lot of people out there, so it may not be the best time, which is why we see like the Three of Pentacles in reverse. It may be really hard. You maybe only be able to get like 2 people, you know, on your team, you know, maybe you and one other person. And it's like, well, what team would you need to build? What resources do you need? And like, this is not something where you use somebody for resources. It could be professional help, like you need an accountant or something like that. Like you need to hire someone for something. This could also be more of like you need someone to bounce ideas with, but you need different perspectives, but you need to curate a team that fits your needs and are aware that this is for a business, that like you're being transparent about this, you're not using them for something, right? But this could be a block for that, you know, fitting in those missing pieces right there. And then the last one we have is the Queen of Cups. So we've got the Aries energy, we've got the Cancer energy, the Leo energy, Aquarius energy. This is Pluto, which brings us back to Scorpio energy. So yeah, the Queen of Cups. Ooh. Like I said, over here, we were missing a lot of cups here. When she's in a blocking position, this can be a particular person. Ooh, this is like someone who's like not gonna be in your best behavior, or not going to say things to you for your best. Okay, like they're manipulating the situation. This also could be dealing with you with yourself. It's one thing to, you know, lead with your heart, you know, keep it in there, keep it part of your team, you know, like just for yourself, for your own sake, but don't let it rule everything. But trust in it just enough. Like if you have intuition about a certain person and you're like, I don't vibe with them, don't include them on your team. Don't include them into your friend circle, you know, like your inner circle. Do not go out of your way for them, you know, in that way. When you're trying to build, it's better to walk away from a situation and try again later with the Eight of Cups as well. You know, it's not working right now. And like I said, there just could be delays because of the month. And people are also very focused on what they want to do and what they want to bring in for the new year for themselves. So they may not be wanting to draw into your project just right now. But you can be working on other parts of your foundation before you start bringing in the team, you know, because you got to pick the right people for it. Okay, we're going to bring in surrender cards. Let me take a sippy of my cucumber water. I love cucumber water. I actually have to cut up the rest of my cucumber water and put it in the freezer. So I got like little cucumber ice cubes. Alright, what do you need to surrender for December? Okay, we got 3. Just came out right on its own. Just making sure there was 3 in here. Alright, so for you, pile number 3, the first one we have here is surrender to rest and sleep. Remember that energy of like wanting it to be done and on the go, and like there could be things that are delaying you? Well, remember this. Surrender to rest and sleep. To prevent burnout, slow down. Honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. This is why we bring up like it's attuned with Cancer energy. The sign of Cancer is like Cancer is a sign of like home, of security, of rest and recuperation, of making sure your home and like where you go to bed at night is very cozy, very comfortable. You may want to focus in on that. And this card that's up next, I mean, it goes to the King of Wands too, but definitely to that Queen of Wands. Surrender low self-esteem. You see the sunflower in both those pictures? So yes, one funny thing to note is sitting right underneath the crowning card of the Queen of Wands, right there is the Eight of Cups. So it's like it's lurking there. It's behind the scenes. So this tells me with the Eight of Cups being present here as a blockage, like it's kind of like, you know, wanting to give up on something because it's not going to plan accordingly, and it's like you're giving up on it too soon. too soon when it's in this position, right? And you may not be realizing you're doing self-saboting things, and because your energy is more of like, if it's not moving at all, and it's like, because you do, things sometimes take time, they just do. It's like, if it's not moving at all, then I'm just not going to bother with it. So okay, so then we have surrender low self-esteem. You deserve success, love, and abundance. Set an intention to identify and release any remnants of low self-esteem. With that queen being right there, that Queen of Wands, and this card surrendering low self-esteem, this is definitely something that has to be more visual for you. It can be like a vision board. It could be, you know, I've suggested this a lot of times, so I think it's really great, is if you have the Pinterest app, you can have, I use an iPhone, so I have no idea. I'm assuming Android can do it too. But on iPhone, you can have, like, if you make a pin board of like affirmations or visions of like anything that you would put on a vision board, traveling, the things that are inspiring to you, money, all that sort of stuff, you can connect that to a widget on your screen on your phone, and you can make it like your screen that you unlock every time, so you see it right when you unlock your phone, or like a screen over or something that you're gonna like scroll and see. And I have mine every hour change whatever that image is on that board to like another saying, you know, like, where's my phone? So it's like that. It's hard, it's kind of really hard to show on there. It's where I have like my moon, so I know like what moon phase is and what sign it is, and then it has like this whole thing there. And so that one's a little bit of a long one. But yeah, every hour it will change. So that's how you have your affirmation. And that could be something that you're trying to build upon, to make sure that you have faith in yourself that you can do this, because you're capable of it. And then we have surrender to trust. This brings us back to that Queen of Cups, that intuition as well, that psychic ability, your gut feeling. Trust yourself and your decisions. Don't be swayed by other people's strong opinions about what to do. Take action and be confident that you've chosen the right path. That is, again, those keens right there, specifically like the King of Swords, because his sword is tilted in one direction. It is not in the middle. It is to the side, because he has chosen a side and he is staying with it and not letting distractions of others get in the way. Like I said, like, there could be a snake in the grass in this scenario of someone coming in and trying to manipulate the situation, and it could be due to jealousy. Okay, so surrender to the trust that if you feel like someone doesn't have your best interest at heart, that you can cut them from the equation. Okay, what else do we need to know? So I'm nodding my head because we have this one come up, which is visionary. And it says confidence, passion, self-worth, which was, it's kind of going back right to that, you know, Queen of Wands, surrender, low self-esteem, got that passion right there with that energy right into there. So it's like, you know, you're passionate about this, and it's going to take time, and that's okay. All right, you got some things you got to work out on it. It's absolutely fine. What you got going on is good, but make sure you also take care of yourself, take care of your self-worth. Make sure you realize this, and don't overwork yourself, because maybe a lot of times you feel worn out and such, and you just need to go to bed early. You're having a bad day, just go to bed early, okay? And next up is Owl, which is wisdom, independent thinking, and enlightenment. We're just talking about this. We're talking about like wanting to seek that spiritual enlightenment. For some of you, this is a spiritual path that you're going to be on, or not like necessarily a spiritual business, but a spiritual path. So you're trying to seek that enlightenment, right? And you can't force it. You can't force it to happen. It's going to happen when it's right to when it needs to happen, okay? And then we have flight. So you got two birds in this reading. You got an owl and you got flight. And it says opportunity, prosperity, and a new venture, which could also be relating to, again, the Ace of Swords. It's kind of like, you know, like you're the way you're thinking, just like not being so rigid with it, like it's like those cards of like, you know, trust in yourself and trust when you're making the call that you need to make, okay? And trust that you're doing what's best with the information that you have, okay? That you're not trying to go about things the wrong way on purpose. All right, you're being truthful with yourself and knowing that you're doing the best, and even if that means later on you got to switch things around because there's a new opportunity that thanks to your patience is now available to you. Okay, let's get a little message from our secret garden. We've got strength. And it says, don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. Strength. Don't let weeds and thistles cultivate in your garden. You've got strength. You can endure this change. Gives us more of that Leo vibes, you know. Thinking of strength in the tarot. The strength card, patience, endurance, you know, the strength of your heart, you know, knowing that you're on a good path, right? And I know affirmations are really, really good to do, but I'll be doing affirmations on my other socials and even in my Discords and stuff. So keep a lookout for there if you want like affirmation inspiration. But for now, I'm going to end this reading with a therapy, you know, a message that you need to hear right now. You got this card. So cute. I am a work in progress, and that is okay. That is so cute. I love this deck so much. So that is the message you need to hear for December is I am a work in progress and that is okay. And you're not going to wait for 2024 to get started on stuff. We all know this, very impatient, which I get it. Maybe you're really excited and passionate about something. So you want to get head start on it, but maybe think about it more of like you're getting the foundation started for it first before you can implement the big changes. Like let everybody else catch up to you. You know, especially because you need to build a team for what you're doing. This is not something that can be done on your own for how big you want to do these changes with, okay? All right, I think that's about it. I think that is it for you, pile number 3. I don't have any other news, anything to, like, about my channel or anything like that type of news, other than if you would like to have a personal reading with me, something that's similar to that, similar in time frame and whatnot, you can always book a reading right here on my Ko-fi. You know, go to Magic Bump on the description directly to my readings. In the description is a link directly to my readings because it's like /commissions as well. And if you go to my Ko-fi, if you go use this link here, it will take you and you just click on readings and then you'll see it's like they have it structured as commissions to commission a reading for me. But other than that, that's all I have for you today. Please drop me a comment, let me know what you thought of this video, and also if you have any suggestions, any other themes, anything to take notes, and other videos, you know, that I can put out through the month of December. I have some ideas, but I would love to hear some feedback from you as well. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and share with a friend. Subscribe to the channel if you like my style of readings. I do appreciate all the support. This really helps push me through for the algorithm, so, you know, we can grow our community together. All right, that's all I have for you today, and I'm sure I'll see you sometime soon. I'll be around for the month of December. And as long as I do not get sick. I know that's been going around. I already did my sick time. I was sick for Halloween. I should get a free pass throughout December. I think that's how it works, right? That should be how it works. Anyways, I will see you when I see you. Other than that, I hope you have an amazing December. And yeah, I think that's about it. Bye.